So I'm going to run you through exactly what I did step by step to generate those sales for Sarah, because it's a very interesting lesson. Because when we look at Sarah, we know that she goes viral, right? She creates a piece of content and she's very good at talking to her audience. She's very good at going viral. So it's very easy to say, oh, Sarah has tremendous success because she's so viral. Well, yes, she worked really hard. We know that a few months ago, Sarah only had 2,000 followers and wasn't viral. It's because she nailed her messaging and connected with her audience and worked. And it's a testament to you keep working and those results will be there for you. But for Black Friday, I built her, it took me 3.5 hours. I built her a new funnel and I built her a bundle offer. So what I did is I took her book, her recipe book, the Associated Solution, and I was like, okay, we need to discount it, but we need to be aggressive. We'll discount it by 40%, but we'll still have a bump up. So you won't lose that much revenue with the bump up. And then we bundled it. So her Fall and Thanksgiving guide was $17, but we had it as a bump up for $12.99 previously. So what we did is we changed it slightly to make it a holiday guide and bundled it to make it free with the book. So that was the Black Friday bundle. And I built a funnel, but the funnel didn't have a lead capture because I had no intention of capturing new leads. I had all intention of converting anybody that had ever touched us that hadn't bought yet. And that is what I did. I think about 70 people have bought it. And I think within 24 hours, we hit $1,000 and 53 sales purely by targeting the existing audience. She didn't even have to create a reel about it. In fact, the next day she did, and she's like, oh, the reel's not doing very well. I'm like, it doesn't matter because my system is, so it's fine. So I want to go through exactly what I did and why, because it's very, very important, because it really shows the power of emails, right? And why lead capture should be a #1 priority for any business. I learned this lesson the hard way with Amazon by having Jeff Bezos 40,000 of my customers without capturing their emails first. If you do not have an email list, you don't have a business. And if Instagram was to crash and burn tomorrow and disappear off the face of the earth, would you still have a business? And if the answer is no, you need to change that and you need to prioritize the leads. Does that sound good? You want to see how many sales we got? I haven't checked today.
We like social proof.
I think it's like 100 from 3.5 hours work. And you know how that I work with the business in the box clients, just so if anyone isn't aware, Sarah hired me to build her business for her. I utilized some of our team members. Jamie helped me build the funnels. She created her book. We built her offer. I built the funnels, the email flows, the systems that turned it into a passive income business. She is the creator of her content and has the incredible relationship with her audience. I just turned that into passive income for her. So now that we've launched her business, the only thing I bill Sarah for is things that are not directly part of her passive income. So like I'm building her a coaching program, and I'm building her different structures, her website for a coaching program. That's billable because there's no passive income from it yet, right? But for anything like this, I don't bill her for my time because she pays me a 20% management fee on the passive sales because she wouldn't have the sales if I didn't run the business. So I invested 3.5 hours of my time. And then I'm invested, right? Because I'm like, if it doesn't work, I make nothing, right? If it works, everybody's happy. And it really worked. So that's how that's structured. And it's awesome to see how this actually works. It's a very good example for everybody. And this is the reason why I want to talk about this today. A lot of us gloss over lead capture and we jump for the sale. And I really want to remind everybody that a true sustainable business comes from you leveraging Instagram to build a community of people that know, like, and trust you and nurturing them. And capturing those emails is everything because that lays your solid foundation. And we know that that's all Sarah did until she met me was capture emails. She didn't have a paid offer other than one-on-one coaching and she was burnt out. And we've made, I don't even know how much it is now. It's got to be over 60 grand. I said I'd get her to 100 grand by Christmas. So I got to do some more bundles. but it's incredible what you can do. But her email list is what I utilized to create this offer. So when you're building out your businesses, when you're connecting with your audience, that needs to be a priority. And we're all like, oh, emails, nobody likes spam. It's like, no, because if you have a relationship with your audience, if you connect with them and you build a community, you're not spam to them. You're one step closer to a real relationship. And I've got people that hit the unsubscribe on Sarah's emails sometimes because I manage her emails because that's part of the management service. And they'll buy a book and then they won't receive it. And they'll email and they say, Sarah, the DM Sarah, say, I didn't receive my book. Here's my receipt. I'll go in, I'll look in our systems and I can see it says DND, which means they've hit unsubscribe. Then I'll email them and I'll say, hi, thank you so much for your purchase. I'm so sorry you didn't receive your book. I checked my system and it says that DND was activated by the subscriber. So you may have clicked on the subscribe button. It could have been accidental. Let me know and I'll reactivate it for you. Always I'll get a response saying, oh my gosh, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Or I did, but I really want to be back on the list. I missed the emails. Or I love Sarah. Can you reactivate it for me? And Sarah's like, how do we reactivate them? I'm like, I don't know. I think they got to opt into another freebie. But nearly always they come back and they say, no, can you put me back on the list? I love Sarah's emails. So you need to understand that your email marketing, you need to treat it as another layer of this relationship with this person that is defining the future of your business. Because Sarah, for example, has been so focused on growth. How can I go viral? How can I go viral? How can I go viral? And she's at like 145,000 followers now from 2,000 a few months ago. And all of her reels do extremely well. And I'm like, Sarah, you need to stop trying to go viral now. Now you need to nurture who you've got. You need to nurture your audience, nurture your email list. And I think this is an incredible lesson for everyone to understand now, at the foundation stage of your businesses, that has to be a priority. Because like I said earlier, if Instagram was to disappear, and it did last year. Do you remember last year when it just stopped working for a day? And we were all like, my life is on. If you've got an email list with 30,000 people on, it doesn't freaking matter. You're just like, yeah, I still made money, right? So that's why this needs to be such an important foundation that we lay. So on Thursday morning, Sarah texts me. Well, what's that mean? She's like, hey, are we going to run a Black Friday promo? And I'm like, actually, probably we should. Yeah, we probably should. How much do you want a discount? She's like, I don't know. What do you think? I was like, let's do 40% and let's bundle it with one of your guides and we'll give it away for free. So Amy got to work and you guys didn't hear from me for several hours because I was busy, and I will show you what I did. I did not build a two-step funnel because I did not need lead capture, because the purpose of this funnel was not to go out to a new audience on Instagram. The purpose of this funnel was never to be attached to a reel. Okay. It was intended to go to people that were already in Sarah's wheelhouse and get sales, not leads. We know we can capture leads for Sarah. We've captured 10,000 leads for Sarah in the last couple of months. That wasn't the goal of this. The goal was to get sales. So there's no opt-in on this page. Normally, I would do a pop-up or something with an email address. As you see here, this funnel, there's no lead capture. There's no opt-in. I didn't need one, right? If she was attaching this to any content on social media, absolutely 100% she needed a lead capture page, because you don't want to miss those leads. There's a 90% bounce rate for new people. I wasn't planning on sending this to new people, right? So I just built a two-step funnel. Don't ignore this, because that's just sitting there so that we can just send a link out, right? So this is what this funnel looks like. It's just Black Friday exclusive, save 40%, get Sarah's holiday recipe guide free. And then obviously on Monday, I added this. Our Black Friday was such a hit, we're extending it for Cyber Monday. You can't see this because it's already expired, but I'm going to show you in here so you can see the countdown. So I added a big old juicy countdown here, which was obviously it's timed out now because it's past Monday. On Friday, it said this will expire on Friday, and it counted down the days and minutes until that time and date that it ended. There's our know, like, and trust and our brand recognition for Sarah. Again, this is the offer, and this is the information about the book. I added some graphics where obviously I added the guide in. So these are, I just did this in Canva, right? And then another timer. Again, you know how we structure funnels, right? You have to have your punch you in the face. This is amazing. Here's an option to buy it. Oh, I'm not ready to buy it yet, so I'm going to say no. Oh, this is great. Oh, I'm not ready to buy it yet, so I'm going to say no. You need to give the purchaser many opportunities to say no before they realize that actually it's their idea now and they're going to say yes, right? All of these buttons, all they do is punt you down to here. And then here we've got don't miss this again, countdown again, additional bonus item, the macro setting for newbies, $9.99. There's our bump up, and our bump ups here. Don't miss the macro guide, only $9.99. So what that did is that meant that I bumped her order value back up into the 20s. So because there's no lead capture, right, I didn't really want this going out on Instagram. So Sarah's like, do I create a reel? I'm like, you actually don't need to. What I did was cleverer than that. So the next page is just a thank you page that says, thank you, please check your email. Your book is on its way. Now, here's the important thing. What I did is I went into all of Sarah's contacts, okay? And so, sorry for the people here. But what I did is I created a smart list. So I went in and I added a filter and I hit the tag. This is why we tag all of our leads that come in. This is why. Is not the satiated solution, which is the name of her book, or however you pronounce it, because I can never get it right. So now I apply this, and it's going to make me a list of anybody that has not purchased her book. 34,903 records. Okay, that's great. So that I made that into a smart list so that I could label it. I didn't build out a big fancy email campaign. All I did is I went to automations and I did a Black Friday broadcast. I didn't need a trigger because I could add all these people. Email one, let's see what email one said. Just said, I hope this finds you well and ready to enjoy the holiday season. So when I write Sarah's emails, I say, hi, ChatGPT. I'm going to be writing an email sequence for Sarah for this Black Friday sale. I give it the details of the Black Friday sale. And I said, please remember, Sarah likes her email tones to be nurturing and friendly with gratitude. And it writes me something that's very, very nice. Like, thank you for being part of my health journey. It means the world to me. I'm so excited to show you these recipes and transform your holidays. Like, it's very nurturing. And it has the link to the bundle, right? And then I did a wait for a day, and then I did another one, and I did 2 emails. And then on Friday, I waited for it to end. I waited for the discount code to stop. I timed out the actual discount so it wouldn't work anymore, and I waited for the sales to stop. Let's have a look and see what happened. Oh, there's another step to what I did. Let me show you what else I did. You want to see? This is where it gets quite clever here. That email list that I just showed you, I added it to an audience inside Meta. It's in the ads account. So I literally took that entire email list. Who knew that you could do this? Who knew you could upload an email list and retarget it with Facebook ads? No. So I took her entire email list that I was added to that broadcast, and I uploaded it to Meta. Meta found 26,200 people on Instagram and Facebook from that email list. The next thing I did is I created another audience that was previously engaged. And then I went and I looked at Sarah's reels that she'd already posted before, and I found one that had a really high engagement rate. Didn't talk about Black Friday, just talked about her recipes. And I drove traffic for $20. I hit 70,000 people that had specifically engaged with Sarah before and sent them straight to that funnel. That, coupled with that email campaign, that's all I did. There was no stories, there was no reels, there was no content. I leveraged the audience that we already had, okay? Right. Let's have a look here. 105 pages of sales. That's insane. Okay, so this is why I label everything. This is why there's so many funnels inside Sarah's systems. When anybody looks, poor Jamie has a heart attack. I'm sure Melissa will too, because my systems, I've got so many funnels. I've got so many workflows. It's so I can track everything. Everything. So now I can see where the sales are coming from, right? The different funnels. So this is November 30th. Let's see when they started. What date? There we go, back again. Now we're at 40 a page here. So we launched this. There's one. I'm sure there's more on here. Okay. Costco funnel. She did a new lead capture for a Costco shopping list. And again, I made a new funnel so I could track where the sales are coming from, because I can see when they come from the first funnel or from the email flow. That's why you see email. That means that the sale came from a different step in the funnel, right? But when you see them labeled like this, it means I grabbed that sale in the 2-step funnel before the email flow. And when you see email, that means I grabbed the sale from the email follow-up. It's nice to be able to just see it, right? Okay, but I labeled the Black Friday sale. So you can see here, November 28th, 9:30 a.m. What day is that? Is that Thursday? Yeah. So I started working on that morning, and then I launched it. It must have been when I sent the email. And I put the Black Friday funnel in that email flow, right? So you can see, boom, boom, boom. So what have we got? Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of 40 sales. Does anybody want to do the math on that? We'll do so here, look at this. Some of them are still coming from, you can see some of them are coming from an email flow. Some of them are coming from content, right? But there are so many sales from that Black Friday campaign. And again, you can see right around the time that email went out, more and more and more and more and more and more sales. So I'll do the math on it, but that is definitely over 100 sales from one promo in a couple of days. And let's talk about that for a second, right? Does anybody have any questions about what I did? Did you guys know that you could do all of those things with what you have? No. So for those of you that have known me for a while, a lot of you know that I built a pretty major brand on Amazon and was doing hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in sales. And I drove nearly all of my traffic from Instagram and Facebook directly to Amazon to generate those sales, and did a really good job of it. If I had directed the traffic through my own website, which I had a Shopify store, I didn't drive traffic to Shopify because the shipping was annoying and expensive. And it was easier for me to eat the margin and let Amazon FBA do it for me. Even on my Shopify website, I had a button that said, order directly from Amazon. I drove all my traffic to Amazon without capturing the emails. As a result, I gave Bezos my business. If I had captured all of those email addresses, I would be in a completely different position right now, which is why when I build a business for a client, that is the priority. And I had a meeting with somebody yesterday, and we're building a very significant program for them. And I straight up said to them, if you don't have an email list, you don't have a business. We have to start there. We have to start there. No matter who you are, no matter what your business is, capture those email addresses and build that relationship, because someone that's purchased from you once is 10 times more likely to buy from you again. And all of us that have had any sales online know they usually come from the stories, the DMs, and the emails. Huge percentage of my sales ever for anything I've ever created, digital product wise, have come from a promotional email. And every single one of you that's here is here because either an email with me, a DM with me, or Christina, like it didn't come because you came because you decided you built this relationship with us and you wanted to learn more, right? Learn more. So that's what it comes down to. So then in light of me educating you guys how to build your passive income businesses, I was like, that was a wild success. I built something clever and it worked really, really well. Other people should learn how to do this. Now, this is where it becomes a little bit tricky because meta ads, right? Now, a lot of you know, I used to sell ads. I was an advertising executive for years, and I used to run ads for other businesses. In my mind, it's like, if you have a business, why wouldn't you leverage multimedia, right, to promote your business and as a sense of marketing? But because a lot of us have come from this digital marketing space where we're like, okay, we just need to make a reel, hope that it goes viral, use ManyChat, and they'll buy from us, right? That's kind of the message that's been portrayed in the internet. But there's more layers to marketing that we can leverage as business owners, as entrepreneurs, and to do things like that, to retarget. So the other thing I did is I put a retargeting pixel in Sarah's funnel, and I'm going to be teaching every single one of you to do that. Because my goodness, you should be retargeting. If any of you have ever engaged with anything Maria Went, you've been targeted with an ad, because she is very good at retargeting and she does exactly what I did. And the other thing I've done is I put a tracking pixel in. So we funnel thousands of people through Sarah, right? Now I can build an ad set specifically retargeting anyone that's ever been to her funnel. The conversions rate, when I used to run ad campaigns for like Audi and Volkswagen, the conversion rates on the retargeting ads were astronomically higher. Astronomically higher, because you already have that know, like, trust. Okay. So Instagram, right? We're all so stuck with Instagram, right? We're in the whiteout. That's like all we've seen, or we've thought about, known about, heard about for so long. Do you do that by dropping the same emails inside meta ads? So I have done this myself, and I test everything out on myself first before I do it for anybody else. Yes, so you can't do it in like ads.facebook.com. You have to have Facebook Business Manager. So business.facebook.com. Okay. And when it comes to running ads, if you don't build your audience properly, you are flushing money down the toilet. If you don't have an offer that's already converting organically, you are flushing money down the toilet, right? If you boost a crap reel, it's still crap, okay? It's not going to convert if you put money behind it. You may as well just hand money over to whatever his name is that runs Facebook. Do you know what I mean? But if you have something that's converting, and this is what I'm invested in getting that piece dialed for everybody now. I've invested in hiring coaches to teach me how to better do that, because that is what I'd like. For Sarah, my goal is to get her ads so high performing that she's making $40,000 a month just from running ads. Because I make 20%. I mean, because I want her to be a millionaire. I do want her to be a millionaire. I'm not joking. But that's the goal. And obviously, you know me, I will split test it on myself first. I will flush my own money down the toilet first, and then I'll teach you how to do it properly. And Meta is always evolving and changing. But when it comes to retargeting, that is your most solid way. The other thing that I've been doing that is very clever, it's the same thing in the back end of the business suite. You can build an audience based on previous engagement on your own Instagram profile. And I know I've mentioned this before. I did that for Sarah, and I've done it for me. Unfortunately, I had a KDP reel that went very, very viral in India. So I just woke up all those sleepers myself by doing that. So that's why you have to be careful. But at the same time, I also re-engaged people that I haven't seen in my audience for a while, which is amazing. And especially in a time where Instagram is really being mean to us, right? Really only showing us for goodness sake, to only see to only be shown to a small percentage of your own audience. It's like, come on, I'm trying to run a business. And when I built the Embrace brand, who was I telling this yesterday? I think I was telling Julie. Because obviously we're used to being in the digital marketing space. So it's content, go viral, get your leads, get your money chat. Automations is what leads to passive income. No, a good automated business on the back end is what leads to passive income. You can run an entire business without actually giving two hoots about social media if you plan it properly. And I showed Julie this program that I pay for, where there's the most insane video content, and I used to build all my own ads using this incredible stock footage, but I tie in my own pictures and my own content as well. And all I would do is seasonally, this is what I would do. And have you guys seen my Embrace Pennant Instagram? Almost every reel is viral, but there's only 400 followers. Because all I would do is I would create a really nice, it was pretty much faceless other than a picture with, it's amazing. Oh, Julie, thank you. I would create, actually, you know what? I wonder if I can bring it up. This is my jewelry page. Only 501 followers. It is attached to my Shopify store, right? And my reels, they're just pretty much, they're nothing special. It is basically stock footage that I got and built content out of. Oh, that's me and my mum. Oh, how nice. But when you look at the views, 30,000, 59,000, 32,000, 9,000, 5,500. Can you think why? It's because I would create something. I would test it first. If it did well, if it got likes, if it got shares, and then I would boost it, because that was the only way that I could guarantee drive traffic to my offer for people to buy it. I hardly ever posted content. And this is what I was trying to say, like Christina and I were having this conversation. I've got clients I'm bringing on that want us to do some, help them with their content. And she's like, we're not a social media management company. I'm like, I know we're not. But for certain businesses, all they need is brand recognition. And if you have a true offer that is like a real tangible offer, you can pick and choose where you send your content to. So I would be like, okay, I'm going to boost this. I want to target Canada. I want to target women in this age, or Valentine's Day, I want to target men in this age, in this area. And I would force my content out to these people. And every time I did it, I would sell out of the product I was promoting. So the trouble is, like, a lot of us are coming from a space where we've been taught by people that sold a course, right? That went viral and made a bunch of money selling somebody else's product, not people that have built businesses utilizing social media and the platform as a business. And there are so many ways we can leverage this. And there's a big difference between, okay, I want to slap a product on Instagram, hopefully go viral and hopefully make some money. Or do you want to build a brand? Do you want to build a business? And do you want to potentially build generational wealth? Because that is what we actually have at our fingertips. And that's what I'm talking to my clients about right now. It's like, okay, what do you want to do? Do you want to do one-on-one coaching? Do you want to go and present and tie yourself up with time demand? Or do you want to create something that gives you recurring revenue? And almost every single person I'm working with right now, that's what we're starting with. You start small, like Sarah started with a recipe book. Just knock it out the park, Sarah. Get those people to love you and get them ready for the next thing. Well, then we published her book on Amazon. So now Christmas is coming. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to blast that, right? We're going to blast that. Bit tricky right now because Amazon has the print on demand service, which I think is distributed by Canada Post, which is on strike. But that's another pillar to her business. Now, also, we're building out coaching packages and we're automating every single part of her business that we possibly can. So all of the in-between sessions are nurtured via an email sequence that we're building, right? So that she doesn't have to physically do it. And the next step is building her a subscription-based community. And every single client that I'm working with right now, that is what we're building, is where can we get you passive recurring income? Because if you tie that with retention and growth, that's where it becomes life-changing. And don't get me wrong, like Sarah will say to me every day, you changed my life, because yeah, I made a 60 grand in less than 3 months. I'd call that pretty life-changing. In fact, it was more, was it? What was it? It was 46,000 in less than 40 days or something stupid. And it's still going. But now it's like, we're not going to go for the next low ticket product. We're going to take that incredible audience that we've nurtured and we're going to give them what they want and need. And that's more Sarah in a capacity that doesn't suck her time. So instead of doing coaching every single day, it's like, let's put all these people in a community for $40 a month or whatever it is and give them all of her recipes, all of her trainings, all of this access to Sarah, live calls with Sarah, live calls with special guests. And all of a sudden, she only needs to convert 1,000 of her 40,000 people and her life is changed. And that is what we have the ability to do with these businesses, right? But you can't do that selling roadmap. Just saying. If you have a real offer, if you have a real business, and if you have a funnel that you've proven to convert, you can choose who you push your content in front of. You can force it, just like, who is it? Leah Kay? Leah Kay says that, doesn't she? I'm going to force it to whoever I want. Yep. But you have to make sure it converts on its own first. Otherwise, it's a waste of money. Okay. Awesome. So what I did, got a couple of minutes left, but I'll send it to everybody. I might drop it in the community for you to have a look at. I created this. So this is obviously what we teach, right? It's solving micro problems in the content. So I've got different pillars in my audience. Christina and I talk about this all the time. She talks to a lot of beginners. I know we have beginners that we can help. But then for me, it's like different stages of the already there digital marketer, right? I want to talk to Sarah when she was stuck at 2,000 followers. I want to talk to Sarah when she was starting to burn out from one-on-one coaching. I want to talk to Sarah when she was trying to build a high ticket program and stalled because she was overwhelmed by it and save her life, which is, what I managed to do. That's the people I need to talk to in my content and solve those micro problems. So what I built for Sarah for Black Friday solves a problem of a lot of people monetizing Instagram burning themselves out with one-on-one coaching, burning themselves out trying to build a high ticket offer or trying to sell that, burning themselves out in the DMs, struggling with what the heck to post. I mean, how many of us, I did it today. Christina called me and I was like, she's like, how are you? I'm like, oh, that's all of my content. I don't have anything to post. I don't like any of it, right? Like, we all have those days. And she's like, send it to me. And I'm like, no, you'll tell me it's good. You know, but it's like, how can I speak to those people and be like, hey, I have a solution. And I've proven and you know me, proof of concept first. So I did something, proved it worked. And now I'm like, hey, I'm going to share it. So I turned it into this lead capture. And then me being me, on Sunday, I built a new funnel. Because why not? Yeah. To share this exact process. So I'll share this with you all to have a look. But what I did is I've broken down how this works. So anybody that is already has an offer and it's fine, but it's not that, you know, gravy train. These are things that anybody that has been doing this for a little bit can implement. So speaking to that person that's kind of had some success, but it's not automated. It's not passive, right? And I've got a reel teed up that I haven't posted yet. I think I shared it with some of you that it says, I hate to break it to you, but if you're burning yourself out with one-on-one coaching, your business is not passive, right? Passive income is waking up in the morning and going, oh, that's nice. Look at my inbox. I've made some money. And there are things that you have to set up to make that possible. So what I've done is I've broken down what the steps are and then the example in action, what the steps are and the example in action, what the steps are and the example in action. So this is something that I've created to serve that particular person that I talk to, right, on Instagram. Now, this is not a beginner lead capture. This is not your, you know, what's your profitable niches or anything like that. But if you guys find yourselves talking to somebody that, you know, that has had success, I've got lots of friends in the space that are doing really well with resale products and that kind of stuff, but they're burning out. They're burning out because they don't know how to automate their business. They're in their DMs every day. They're on one-to-one calls. They're running communities. And now it's like, okay, well done. So proud of you. Yes, you should be proud of you. It's time to just make this automatic. And those type of people, if you find yourself talking to anybody like that and you would like this, you can have it and you can share this version. You can't make it your own unless you buy it. But yeah, you're more than welcome to utilize this. And I will share it in the community so you can all have a look. I did the exact steps that I took because this is something you want to think about when you're laying the foundation for your own businesses. You want to get here. You want to come to me in 3 months' time and be like, Amy, oh my goodness, I've captured all these leads. People are buying my low ticket product. It's great. It's amazing. What can I do to level this stuff up? This is what you do, right? This is what you do. So anyway, oh yeah, also my other training, I turned it into a low ticket product. So now I've got this lead capture that sells the training for like $9 or something. But yeah, anyway, so there's that information. Let me just stop sharing my screen. Does anybody have any questions? Please open the floor up. Don't leave me hanging. Anything you want to discuss, feedback, comments, thoughts, overload.
I just want to say thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Julie. Thank you for being here.
I'm just getting in the car with the young ones, so you may hear them shouting and screaming. But just, I know in our one-to-ones and the help you've given me, just your knowledge and what you can offer to anybody, whether it be, as you say, beginner, somebody that's a little bit of experience looking to automate, or somebody that's one of the big clients that you're now obtaining from your work. You just have an amazing talent, an amazing batch of knowledge. So thank you.
Thank you, Julie. That means the world to me. You know that. Thank you. Sometimes I need reminding. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I know that is a lot, like that's quite advanced, what I covered today. But I think it's really important that everybody knows the capabilities that you will have at your fingertips. Like the software systems that we have access to are life-changing. And the clients that I'm working with, when they're like, you do this all in one place, I'm like, yeah. They're like, I am using multiple different people, you know, spending hundreds of dollars a month. So to know a bit more about the capabilities of what we can actually do, the fact that I can build a new funnel for Sarah every time she has a new idea for a freebie and it doesn't cost her any more money. You can't do that with Stan. If you have a different product or a different offer, like Judy's going to have two completely different offers because she's going to be having her travel agency and then she's going to be teaching other people that want to be independent travel agents how to do that. That's two completely different businesses, but she can operate them all under the same system. Like I can't even tell you how many Shopify stores I have, because every time I had a new product idea, I had to build a new Shopify store because it was a different brand. I should probably cancel some of those subscriptions. Secondly, please go and have a look at that training in the community because it's amazing. And as you know, we tremendously value your feedback, but you know, we're going to keep creating lead captures. You know, we're going to keep doing that kind of stuff and we're going to keep pouring those resources in because that's what we've built, a resource hub. And the other thing we're going to start now, I'm going to work with Jamie on this, Jamie, if you're still here, is building out that showcase, that product gallery for all of our students. So where anybody that has created a product goes through the approval process with me and Christina, and then you get added to the product showcase gallery where anybody can buy your products or affiliate for them, and they get introduced in the community as a resource. That is something that we're very, very excited about. And the same goes for anyone wanting to run mentorship calls and or workshops. That can be a billable thing inside the community as well to drive that revenue for all of you. Hi, Rachel.
So I just have a quick question because so I just found out about you 5 minutes before the call happened.
Oh, sorry.
Through Sarah.
So,
through Sarah. Yeah. Yeah. So my question is this community, I just want to make sure I'm understanding this, is what you've been talking about, is that what you're teaching the community so that they can become knowledgeable and then sell, like do what you're doing? Or what is the point of the community versus what you've been doing for Sarah, which is, you know, doing it for her?
Yeah. So me, like, I don't have the capacity to work with a lot of people. So I have a pre-qualification process that a lot of people don't qualify to work with me, right? But I want to make sure that those people have the best tools and the best opportunity to succeed. So the community is a space that Christina and I teamed up to build, and everybody here has been a huge part of, you know, in supporting that journey to help us teach people how to do it. And then if they get to a point where they're like, okay, now I have this business concept and actually I want to team up with Amy, I want Amy to run it for me, now I have a whole team, right? Because Christina and I partner together on a lot of things, and then I have also a team of people here that can do the actual tasks. So then they hire us to do it for them if they want to. But I want to make sure that we're giving people the tools and the resources to actually learn how to do it themselves. So what we provide inside the community is mentorship calls like this, and a load of trainings and resources. And we've got a resource kind of hub, which has templates for digital products that can be edited, ChatGPT prompts, email workflows, basically everything you need to be able to build it on your own. But a lot of people like Sarah, obviously, she is phenomenal at creating content. She's done a fantastic job of building up and connecting with her audience, but she doesn't have the capacity to run a business, nor does she want to. So I built the business for her and I run it for her so that all she needs to worry about is content. So there's the different pillars of the audience. There's the Sarah there, who obviously it's amazing for her because she can just send me a DM and be like, can I do a freebie about a Costco list? I'm like, yes, I shall turn it into money for you. And that's it, right? And then there's the people who are Sarah before she took off that don't even know that they can monetize with a digital product. Sarah didn't even know that she could do that. She thought that she had to build an expensive high ticket offer to be able to monetize her Instagram. I'm like, no, babe, it's a lot easier than that. So, you know, it's to try and help people at all different stages. My background is business development. I've built a number of different businesses. So now it's like, how can I take that knowledge combined with the digital marketing space and help people learn how to actually build something that is sustainable versus just the whole, what most of us normally get tripped on, which is those make money online. What's your experience with it? You were in my, it's amazing that it's a miracle that you're here, because you were in my message request folders with all of the people that I didn't know existed. So I saw it And I was like, oh, and then I clicked on your profile. I'm like, please be a real person. While I send you this link.
Yeah, I mean, we just launched, well, I don't want to take up your time, but yeah, we just launched a business a year, or an Instagram page a year ago. It had 200 people, and now we have 30,000 people.
That's amazing.
And so we want to like make $1. No,
yeah,
we haven't made a cent yet, but I know what I want to do with the digital products and other things, and people are asking me for them. I just don't know how. I'm just paralyzed. When you said, oh, people get paralyzed, I'm like, yes, that's me. I don't know how to do any of it. So, and I want to go into the membership thing, like everything you talked about. I'm like, that's what I want to do, but I don't know how to do any of it.
Okay, perfect. Well, that's what I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And Rachel, that's what the community is for as well. It's the support, the accountability, and the resources so that you understand the ins and outs. And then when ready to really elevate and supercharge, you get into into Amy's world here, and we just make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've experienced, I really invested in educating myself in the digital marketing space over the last year and bought a lot of the big programs. I bought Legendary, I bought 7-Figure, and I didn't like the structure of it. To make $1,000, you've got to make someone else spend $2,500, and that usually can't afford it. Like I don't like that. So I really am passionate about changing that energy and really teaching people how to build an actual business. So that's why I have quite a strict pre-qualification process for working directly with me, because if anyone when you do a good job, right, you build enough know, like, and trust that people will throw as much money as you ever would ask them at you to get them to do it for them. I'm not going to do that if I don't think it's going to work. So the community is the place for us to help people learn how to get to a point where if they do want to work with me, it's going to succeed, right? I've been coaching and mentoring a lot of the people here for a long time. A lot of them have followed me from different programs that I was mentoring in or coaching in or even promoting. And it's been really beautiful as part of this community to watch everybody evolve into their own selves, their own brand tone, their own offers. And now there's a few people that get to the point where I'm like, okay, I can help you build a business now. But 6 months ago, I wouldn't have been able to do that for them because they didn't even know what that was. Right? So it's a home. I always said I wanted to build a home for all the people that want my help, but I can't give them the business yet. They need to lay the foundation. Sarah laid the foundation first, and she always says, oh, if I'd known you a year ago, I'm like, no, Sarah, because what you've done is amazing. And I'm always like, you need to be so proud of what you've done. But I was the person that was like, made it easy for her to monetize it. And now we're just going to scale it, and we're going to build out all these incredible things because she's got me to be like, slow down, nurture your people. You did a good job. Take care of those people. I recognize your name. I've sent you an email before. Did you buy a book? I think you're muted. Did you buy
from Sarah?
Yeah.
Yeah, like yesterday.
I recognize your name.
Yes. Oh, and I've done some freebies of hers too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. If you want to stay on after the call, I'm happy to take a look at what you're doing and just see if I can give you some suggestions. More than happy to do that.
That'd be awesome.
Normally I'm back to back, but I actually don't have anything scheduled, and I normally take at least an hour and a half on these calls anyway. So you're not even taking my time, really.
Oh, well, thank you. Awesome.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'll stop recording when we say bye, though, so that you and I can just speak freely and you don't have to worry about it being shared. So with these calls, we don't make them all available to everybody, but right now, because we're still in the launch phase, it's really helpful for our students to be able to invite people to join these calls, because again, like for this reason, right, to realize the value of what we're teaching in here is real. This isn't just a sales pitch, right? And to really open up the opportunity for people to learn what we're doing, but they're not all available. So it's just so ironic that you happen to be in my stories this morning, and I was like, I'm gonna share this in my stories. But again, everybody, that's why you have to share in your stories. Right? But yeah, it's a great that you were able to join, and it's been brilliant, hasn't it? Julie's had quite a few people join these that are trying to learn how to grow their Instagram, and it's just brilliant. But they're not all the time, but we do put the recordings in the community as well for the people that aren't able to join. So before we jump off. Does anyone, I think Melissa, you had a hand up for a sec. Did you have your hand up?
I was just going to ask a detailed question about lead captures and that, and then I was just going
no worries.
To Rachel, but I put it in the thing was just like, yeah, basically, it's awesome that everything you're learning, trialing, but doing and knowing you're putting in this community for us, so that those of us that are still building and want to get to the Sarah point where then we can work with you, we're all learning in there, and it's affordable and like attainable, and yeah, so it's awesome. Anyway, so I was just gonna say that.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Melissa. If anyone else has any wonderful things to say after Julie's done as well, I'm gonna take those recordings and I'm gonna put them in our next training that we sell, so that we have all of these testimonials.
Yeah. Amy's awesome. She's a hoot. Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone here is great. But okay. Thank you everybody for being here. I hope you found that helpful. Yeah, I will drop that lead capture that I created so you guys can have a peek at the structure that I did. Christina and I are going to be building more lead captures out because obviously we've got this new offer. We're very excited about it. We think it's really going to help a lot of people. I think it aligns really well with us all being able to tie our messaging into a low ticket offer, into a higher ticket offer, which guess what? Works. Hooray!
Shocker!
So I'm very excited to be able to for us to be able to deliver that to all of you, and I'm so grateful that you're all here. And also, if you have any questions, you know how to reach us. Please share your wins, your celebrations, your questions, your whatever daily inspirations or funny reels inside the community. And I will speak to you all later. I'm going to stop recording now.